Bluff City Media presents the No Bluffing podcast. Stepping up to the microphone are your hosts, Christian Ingram and Evan Hayes. Now, let's get to the show.
This nation, what's going on? I'm Chris Ingram.
And I'm Evan Hayes.
And this is a No Bluffin podcast where we keep it all the way real, all the way raw, and all the way honest about everything Grizzlies, man. What is going on with y'all? Glad to be back for another week. We were here last week, right? Yeah, man.
We were here last week. We were
gone so long. That little 1 or 2 week break threw me off, man. I feel like it's
got your equilibrium off. Got your
yeah,
equilibrium off. Got your brain all that away. But we back on schedule. That's all that matters. You know, sometimes you gotta take a little break. You know, sometimes you gotta woosah a little bit, relax a little bit. But you know, we back consistently up until not to the season. If everything go right, we're gonna keep bringing y'all this fire content, man. Straight like that.
Absolutely. My brother, what was going on with you this week, man? How was your week? Give me some good news, man. That's what I'm gonna start asking you. Give me some good news. I need to hear the good news, man. How was your week?
The good news is there's still breath in my body. If y'all see me looking up, Caleb Williams just threw a 40-yard dot to the other team. Like he threw across his body and he threw a dot intercept to the other team. But anyway, it was a good week. Just working, you know. Back on that school grind, back in the groove of classes, back in the groove of practicing. So yeah, it's been good. Can't really complain too much. My family at home back good. So I'm just blessed, man. Got breath in my body. I feel healthy. So yeah, nothing crazy, but you know, every day that I'm not 6 feet under is a good day in my book. So that's all I can say. But what about you, Chris? How was your week, man?
Man, I can't complain, bro. Just another, like you said, just another what they say, another swing at the bat, man, to be better than I was last week. And in all areas of life, bro, just trying to get this thing right. But overall, like I said, good week. I'm gonna tell you something, bro. This is adulting 101. And I don't know if you've been doing this, you probably already have, and there's probably a lot of our listeners out there doing the same thing already. But I've been fighting it for a minute, bro. And I gave in this weekend. When I tell you, I feel like it's the best thing since sliced bread, bro.
What's it?
Ordering your groceries and picking them up is probably the best invention they could have made.
Oh my goodness, Chris.
Let me tell you, bro. I mean, you know, got kids now. So certain things, certain stores don't have. So a lot of time when we doing the whole grocery thing, it's a whole day, bro. Because I'm going to probably 3-4 stores to get this, get that. That's 5 hours out of my day. Then I got to get home. I got to unload it. No. Got to bring it in the house. Struggling because I got 10 bags on each hand. Then I got to put it in there. You know, put the groceries. It's just a long process, bro. And I know the listeners out there, y'all probably been on this wave already, but I've been fighting it, man. That's the best thing that they could have ever created, bro. I'm talking about took me 30 minutes to make all my orders at every store, pick them junks up, and I was done, bro. Like, I feel like I done leveled up, and I'll never go back. Like,
you're living in the future, living in 2024.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the only thing I can't let them pick like my fruit and stuff. I'm real iffy about that because they be putting the bag. It be spoiled by the time it get to the house. Nah, I'm cool on that. But everything else, bro, I was like, okay, yeah, this is it. This saved me literally 5 hours out of my day for real. So
I can't say I've done it, you know. I don't know. I'm iffy about groceries, as you can say. So maybe I need to put me on game. And I've heard about it, but I don't like people touching my stuff. Maybe I'm just stingy. Maybe I'm an old man at heart. I don't like people touching my stuff that I'm going to be using on an everyday basis. Maybe you need to put me on game with how it is.
You know they be walking past already, especially with fruit. You know they be digging in their nose, scratching their booty, and then they.
That's what I'm saying. Like
touching on the tomatoes and putting it back. I'm talking about the people that shopping. I ain't even talking about the workers. Yeah, so by the time I got there, they done sneezed on it and did everything, wiped their ass with the bananas already anyway. So I just gotta clean them up when I get home, man.
Yeah, when doesn't it cost so much extra to like order to the house? Like, does it cost way
to
more?
The house? You got like a little delivery fee, but I didn't even do the delivery to the house. I just let them I just went to the store and they loaded the trunk. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got to the delivery to the house thing. I think it is an extra fee, but I mean, hey, anything to save time at this point, like I said, especially when you got a lot going on. Yeah, bro. I really feel like an adult today or this past weekend. For sure.
I feel that. Maybe Chris. Maybe I need to adopt Chris's philosophy about adulting 101, and I'll give y'all once I officially do. I'll give y'all an update of how it feels to not go to Walmart or Kroger to get out my groceries. But man, Chris put me on game.
I leveled up today. I ain't gonna lie.
He felt good about himself when he got done. He felt good. He felt like he had accomplished something today.
Yeah. Small to y'all, big to me. I don't give a damn. I feel good.
I feel you, dog. I feel you.
Well, before we get started, man, make sure y'all give us a follow on Twix, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it.
Said Twix. That's crazy. I'm gonna start saying that Twix.
You got me on porn Twix site. If you want to watch some free porn.
Every time we do a recording at late at night. No, I'm finna stop this right now. I'm finna stop this now. Because I look outside. It's nighttime outside. So every time me and Chris do a recording, he always on time.
It's 3 a.m., man. We out here, we doing a little work for y'all on this good Monday at 3 a.m.
Exactly. So, but anytime is the sun go down, Chris always on time. So I apologize in advance for all the crazy stuff Chris may say by the end of this recording. Because every time this happens. So I just apologize in it. But we don't want Chris to change. Just Chris to be authentically himself. But let y'all know ahead of time. It's the night, the sun going down, so Chris may be on time. So just let y'all know.
Hey, I didn't make it this way, bro. Elon Musk and whoever else that owned it before him, they the one did that. It's really irritating, but the freaks come out at night, I guess. So do y'all thing. But make sure y'all give our pod page a follow as well. Down below. We'd love to interact with you on there as well. But yeah, man, I think we just gonna go ahead and get into the topics for the day. We got some good ones for y'all. And the next season outlook person of the day is Vince Williams. So definitely can't wait to get into that conversation, talking about what we're gonna be expecting. But getting right into it, man, the No Bluffin news. We're gonna go ahead and start with the Memphis Tigers, man. I'll be honest with you. Well, let me set the table first. Those that may not know, the University of Memphis Tigers football team, they are 3-0. This past weekend, they played the Florida State Seminoles at Florida State. They were, a lot of people was picking them as favorites anyway, but
we were like 10-point dogs or something like that. We were like 6-0. We were like 6.5.
It was going back and forth. Yeah,
it was fluctuating. Yeah, but we were 6.5 dogs. We walked into Tallahassee, even though Florida State was on 2, and we know Florida State's been going through the wall. We walked into Tallahassee and caught a W, 20-12 win in Tallahassee against our former coach Mike Norvell. So with the W, a lot of Memphis fans thought that we should be ranked, but then the AP poll came out this morning, and we were not ranked by the AP poll. We were actually number 26, if you reckon. We got 77 votes in the AP poll, but again, the University of Memphis is being disrespected. But we were 23 in the coaches poll, if y'all care about that. I know most people don't, but the coaches poll, we were 23, but I think we should be ranked, and I feel like you feel the same way. But I want to give your thoughts on the game. If you watched it, what do you feel about us being unranked? Do you feel like we're getting disrespected? What are your thoughts, Chris?
Man, I watched damn near that whole game, which for me, Memphis Tigers football is not always been the most exciting to watch, even as a football player myself growing up. D'Angelo Williams era, maybe. Outside of that, I really haven't cared much. I know the Mike Norvell era, they started to kick up, so I would peek in and out. But shout out to Silverfield, bro. He's doing his thing. And preseason, it was a lot of hype. I was excited that they had got what's his name? Mario. Is it
Anderson?
Anderson.
Mario Anderson Jr. Yeah, Mario Anderson Jr.
When I saw that they got him coming out of South Carolina, I said, okay, it's a different type of situation going on, because Memphis usually don't pull players from schools like that. So yeah, I was definitely excited for the season, and I've been watching. Like I said, University of Memphis and Colorado. I'm watching every game this year, and but I was pleasantly surprised of how they went out there and competed going against Florida State. Now, granted, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Florida State was shooting themselves in the foot a lot.
It was a lot.
They were dropping passes,
all that
penalties. I'm like, what is happening? Like, why are y'all so bad? So I don't know. I read somewhere about a lot of the players kind of turned on Norvell last year with the situation. I want to say that stemmed from them. I can't remember the dude's name, but the quarterback they lost. They didn't
Jordan
like
Francis.
the way
Jordan Francis.
Francis.
You talking about the dude that got hurt, right?
Yeah, I don't know why I thought his name was Francis.
Not Jordan Francis, number 13. He broke his leg. Yeah, that dude.
I don't know why I thought his name was something different, but I heard that was a situation that happened around that where like he kind of lost the locker room, and just looking at the way their season is starting, and with the way that game went, I'm like, bro, these dudes ain't locked in. It's no way they locked in. Nah. So I'm not. I don't know how much Memphis won that game versus Florida lost it. It probably was a mixture of both, but they showed up. They did what they were supposed to do on the road against a suspected top ranking team. Them not getting the nod, I ain't really too mad about it because with them being at 26, what that tells me is that if they do what they supposed to the next couple of weeks, they'll be there.
Yeah,
they'll be there. They'll work their way up. They'll continually add onto their resume. They just got to keep playing U of M football. And that was the thing. They didn't make a lot of mistakes. The other team did. And they capitalized on that. So I ain't really too mad about it. I ain't going to say they disrespected yet. But in the next maybe 2-3 weeks, if we don't see their name on there at a good number, and I ain't talking about just number 25, then I'd probably change my tone, man. How you feel about it?
I feel like we played, like you said, Tigers football. Seth Hennigan played a pretty decent game. He threw one bad pick, but, that happens, But I feel like this game was won on the defensive side of the ball. I want to shout out Chandler Martin. He was the MVP of the game. He had 8 tackles, 1 sack, and 1 forced fumble. And he was just directing that defense. And I feel like all the games we've won is better. I don't feel like Seth Hennigan's played like lights out in any of these games yet. I feel like the defense has been just holding their own, as they should. And as we know, defense wins championship. Like the DBs are swarming all over the place. And I just want to, that's what I want to give emphasis to the defense. They're playing their asses off right now. But I think they are being disrespected. Honestly, like people forget FSU was preseason number 10. They thought, of course, we didn't think it was going to go under like this, but this team on talent, on paper, is probably more talented than Memphis on paper. If you really go like 5-star to 4-star to 3-star, it's probably on this team.
Yeah. But
we went in on the road and caught a W. So I'm, of course, like you said, like in the next few weeks, we're going to be ranked, but I feel like we should have got our due this week. That's my personal opinion. But we have Navy next week at home. I suspect that's going to be another Memphis win. We're not going to get tested again to Tulane. And I feel like that game is going to decide who's going to make the college football playoff. I feel like on paper, we're better than Tulane, but if everything goes the way it's going right now, we're not going to get tested to the last game of the season and then to the AAC championship. And then we'll really see what this team is made of. And that's what I'm saying. We got to win. We got to win out. If we lose to Tulane, we got to win the AAC championship. We have to.
Yeah.
Simply, we shouldn't lose at all. But if we do lose to Tulane and win the AAC championship, then we should be able to clinch college football playoff. And I just want to see what happens. I love the new 12-team playoff, and I hope, even if we get bumped first round, just the fact that Memphis made it in the first year just says a lot for the program. So I'm excited. Hopefully next week we get ranked, and GTG, man.
That's a fact, man. Side note, that DJ dude sucks.
DJ Ukulele, he just had to throw a straight dude for no reason.
Bro, he sucked,
He didn't do nothing.
You're right, he didn't do nothing. To be a quarterback of a freaking, like, legendary school like that and just be that sorry, it's just...
You realize, like, people forget, like, he was supposed to be Trevor Lawrence's, like, replacement at Clemson. Y'all people forget that, and he ended up getting flaming out at Clemson. Went to Oregon State, played decent ball at Oregon State. Then he wanted to go up to Florida State and then playing like crap. So I'm not surprised at all. He checked down King. Like, he can't advance the ball down the field. If you're playing Division I football on the ACC level and can't push the ball down the field, you shouldn't be playing.
Bro, that pick he threw, I want to say maybe it was second quarter. It was just a wild duck that didn't even need to be thrown.
He threw a 40-yard duck in triple coverage. He had to
like,
because dude did a go ball. He did a go ball, and the safety was on the top, and the corner was just looking like, oh wow, this is coming right at
right.
This coming right. He was like, oh, this would have been easy. It looked like a punt for real. Like, it looked like a punt.
That's exactly what it was.
It was like a punt.
He look like a punt. Sorry, bro.
That's
why I said. That's why I can't even say disrespected because man, them folks, he's awful. Like if they have Seth Hennigan on that side, that game may go different. You know what I'm saying? Like that literally is how close that was. But anyway, y'all let us know in the comments, man, how y'all feel about it. Do y'all feel like they being treated fairly, or do y'all feel like they being mistreated? What are your thoughts on the season? Make sure y'all tap in below in the comments and let us know how you feel about that for sure. But moving right along, man, let's move on to some WNBA talk. This has been a historic record-breaking season for the WNBA. On the court and off the court, the discourse has been crazy throughout the season so much that I vowed to not even talk about, two of these names we're gonna say.
But we're gonna do it anyway. We got to talk about it.
We're gonna do it anyway because flowers got to be given. So let's start, man, with Asia Wilson. Number one, first of all, there's a record-breaking season as far as viewership. The numbers are through the roof. Not just on Caitlin Clark games, bro. That's a lot of things. That's one thing people got to throw out there. Her games are they up there. They up there as far as numbers and viewership. But the overall numbers on even games that teams you may not know players on, everything is up, bro. And that's just kudos to the work they've been putting in, the product that they are improving on. And like I said, I got 2 daughters, bro. So me and their mom, we were athletes. I don't know which way they're gonna go, which sport, if they even do play sports, but seeing women anything progressing for me is always dope. So let's start with Asia Wilson, bro. Most points in a WNBA season, bro. Just give me your thoughts on how she's been killing this season.
I'm not even surprised, to be real with you. I feel like we've watched this young lady, and I'm saying young lady like she is like 5 years older than me. Go before our eyes, and she just cemented herself to go on the path of being the greatest women basketball player of all time. I feel like she has some room to go. I don't feel like she's getting there. She getting there. I don't feel like she's better than Candace Parker all the time or Maya Moore. That's just my personal opinion. But she's doing a lot to get there. Like she's head and shoulders above every other woman she's playing against. Like I don't want to compare it to of course I didn't see Jordan play, so I can't really say how much. But how people in the 90s talk about Jordan and how he was head and shoulders with everybody, that's the same energy I'm getting when I see Asia play.
Right.
She's gonna win MVP. She's more than likely she should win DPOY. First team all WNBA, obviously. She was an all-star. She was a gold medalist. Like if she wins the championship, she's gonna have the best WNBA single season ever. If she wins the championship this year, and they have a good chance to. They're like 4th in the East right now. I think like 28-13, something like that, on top of my head. But they're not they're not dominant. They haven't of these. But Becky Hammond's the coach. They have a squad. So I'm not worried about them. They're still my pick to win the championship. But if she wins the championship, this will go down as the greatest single WNBA season ever, and I want to see it, man. So that's been my reactions. I think we're seeing I don't want to say Jordan because that's a tough claim, but just headed. I don't know what's compared her to. I really don't. I don't want to throw out Jordan because that's a lot to put on a person, but I really can't think of another thing to quantify what she is compared to the other competition she's playing against.
LeBron. I mean,
the only reason I didn't say LeBron because we had KD during his time. We had Kobe during his time. Like LeBron was still better, but people were still in his stratosphere. We had Kawhi, we had Tim Duncan, we had all these guys. When Jordan was playing, there was no one. Maybe Hakeem, maybe you could say Hakeem. Shaq was still young when Jordan was at his time. Kobe was like a baby when that was going on. That's why I say Jordan. So that's why I say that.
I get that. She may even get one more ring depending on how things goes. Her and Bam Adebayo keep on trying to relationship on the low.
The worst kept secret in sports Twitter right now.
Man, I about fell out laughing at my chair the other day when I saw Bam. He tweeted out unanimous, but he put the like it was like a apostrophe in it. Like, bro, we know you talking about Asia. Like, unanimous don't have a apostrophe in it, dog. Like, they playing with us at this point, but we all know. And hey, do y'all think so? Yeah, if she do all of that and then end it with a engagement ring, I don't know if Bam ready to do something like that, especially if they ain't even super public. But that'll be dope, man. Yeah, I'm gonna echo everything that you said about Asia. I don't really have nothing to add. She's beast and she's amazing. she's the best woman in basketball. And like I said, to me, when it's all said and done, she'll be the GOAT for sure. I don't think it's gonna be too much of a debate at the end of that tunnel.
Until Juju Watkins coming along. I'm gonna keep throwing it in there because every time you say it,
that's why you can't say Jordan. That's why you can't say Jordan because Jordan on the way. That's why. That's true.
Yeah, you can't say Jordan.
You can't.
If Juju Watkins coming in the league, it's gonna be right for all you wiggers out here.
Yeah. Let's move on to Caitlin Clark, who pissed off all of her.
The infamous Caitlin Clark. I'm gonna let you go because you know, I'm gonna let you rock out this because you know about this more than I saw it. I saw you talking about something that you talking about, but this made me laugh. This made me laugh out loud.
Caitlin Clark, bro. I didn't want to talk about her on this podcast no more. Not because I got anything against Caitlin Clark. Well, I did a little bit. I didn't like the fact that the majority of her fan base, we all know they just kind of some hateful people. Or they were. I'll say were at this point.
Man, racist a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a lot of racism in it. A lot of racism. Let's just keep it G, right?
Yeah.
But she never really will come out and I ain't gonna say denounce it. I ain't telling you come out here and just be an activist, but you can say like, all right, there's some wild stuff going on.
Y'all be kind of wild right now. Y'all be
you can love me and not hate people. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can do that. And she came out and liked a tweet of Taylor Swift, who Taylor Swift was endorsing. I'll just say it wasn't Mr. Trump. It wasn't endorsing him.
It was not.
And when I tell you her comments was on her ass.
MAGA came for her head, bro. Oh my goodness. They came like an army on fire and just torched her.
Oh
just
my
did
God.
not call her all types of I can't even repeat what they called her on this podcast. I can't even
let her have it, man. And it's like it proves the point, I guess, that like because they were pumping her up so much that if she would have did something showing that she was on the other side for whatever reason, and she still may go vote for Donald Trump, and I don't care. Like, vote for who you vote for. This ain't a political podcast. This is more so just commentary of what we seeing.
Yeah.
But I feel like if she would have said something in that realm, I don't think it would have been no backlash like that.
Nah, not as big. Not as big.
Yeah, people was telling her basically shut up and dribble. Like, you don't need to speak on stuff, all this, whatever. And it's like, bro, y'all wouldn't have kept this same energy if she would have came out on some Trump shit. Y'all know y'all wouldn't have.
Nah.
So the MAGAs and the KKKs and the neo-Nazis, everybody that's on the hateful groups of America have this on Caitlin Clark.
This dude just said neo-Nazis. Oh my goodness.
Hey, it's all good, CC. We got you, CC. You come on
cool. Come to the cookout, man. Come on to the cookout. Not cookout. Not cookout.
I'm through with cookout invites. I'm just
gonna
say that.
Invite. We throw them out too easy.
I am done. Travis Kelce, he got a cookout invite. And now he with Taylor Swift and changed his whole identity. He look like I won't even say. He look like something else. I ain't gonna say on air, but he like something else. Yeah. They tried to get that man credit for the taper fade that we've been getting for years, and I need to go get a little tape. Yeah, I need to clean mine up.
You see my hair ain't grown, baby. You see what I'm doing? You feel me? Like
a little blend, nice little blend there. We had this man to cook out. Now he look like he go try to take one of us to the shootout. I don't know what the hell going on. But anyway, back on subject with Caitlin Clark. Let's talk about basketball. She's officially the top scoring rookie in WNBA history. Shout out to her, bro. Like I said, it's been so much talk not about basketball that people have not been able to literally just enjoy the greatness of her rookie season.
Yeah, and she also has the not all time single season assist record, not rookie all time assist record. Also,
that's crazy.
She said not rookie. Listen to what I'm saying. Not rookie record. Not the Kelsey Plums, not the Sabrina Ionescu's, not the Sue Bird, not Deanna Taurasi. She got more assists than all them crazy. Now I say crazy. Now I say talented women. I don't know why I say crazy.
What's my name? What's his name? No, dude on ESPN. What's that man's name? That I just found out was a kicker. What's his name?
Pat McAfee.
Yeah. Hi, Pat McAfee.
It's late. I'm tired. But now, Caitlin Clark is hooping. straight like that. Caitlin Clark has had one of the greatest rookie seasons of all time. It's kind of in context, kind of thing about we was really debating between her and Angel Reese getting rookie of the year. That was a real debate for like a good month and a half, and like people were really debating it. It was a real debate, and I get race got brought into it again. Bringing back a lot of race got brought into it, but at the end of the day, I love Angel Reese. She's a great basketball player. I hope she heals. I know she got the wrist injury where she's out for the season. I hope she gets that. But Caitlin Clark,
dang, there's cap in there too. But that's me.
Yeah, maybe conspiracy theories.
I can't say nothing though, because I literally was fighting for my life in my Twitter comments because I made an objective Angel Reese post, and everybody literally read past everything good I said, only to say, "Oh, you hate no Angel." And I went down my timeline. I said all this stuff that I put Angel, like literally praise her, and y'all want to attack. You know what? Yeah, y'all can't read or be objective. I don't even want to be in the conversation. So, no, Angel is not the rookie of the year. She had a great season, which
she had a great season.
Yeah.
That's another break. Angel also set the all-time rookie record for rebounds and double-doubles in the season. So
let's go ahead and talk. Let's give her flowers while we at it.
Everybody can hoop. Bottom line, everybody hooping, everybody playing with the WNBA is up right now, and we are as two supporters of the WNBA. We love to see it. All we got, but there's also stats and numbers getting into. Caitlin Clark is dating a top 5, top 10 player in the WNBA right now. Like I feel like top 10 she's playing her tail off right now. I feel like she at least top 10, in my opinion. Back in the top 10. I think so. Real talk. I don't think you can name 10 WN players right now that's undoubtedly better than her. That's just my personal opinion. We ain't gonna talk about it all day, but I feel like that shows the type of level that she's on. I can't name 10. I can't name 10. I can't name 10, bro. You can maybe name 8 or 9, but you can't name 10 definitely women that are better than her at the game of basketball this year. That's played better than her this year.
Nah, we're finna do it now. So
I'm not finna. Okay. See, now we said it was gonna go short today, and then not. See, this is your fault.
Yeah. Your fault. When you say, hey, this is a mental exercise. All right, so we got Angel. We dispute that. No.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We got Breonna Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
Sabrina.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, what is her name? Oh my God! In Minnesota, I'm missing her.
I was looking at her. She the big man. She like 6'1". She actually like 20 and 10 right now.
She's like a wing. Yeah.
I was looking at her name.
I
can't remember her name.
Something. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Nafisa Collar.
Thank you.
Collar. I was looking at her.
I was gonna call her Nafisa Frazier. I was like, no, it's not Frazier.
We not in Memphis, fam. We not in.
My bad.
That's 4.
So what we at? We're at 4.
That's 4.
Arike.
Yes, that's 5.
I'm gonna eat. Nah, I ain't gonna do that.
I'm telling you, bro, it's harder than you think, fam.
No, it's not. That's 5. Okay. Alyssa Thomas.
Okay, it's 6. I'm looking up, see if I can thinking of somebody right now.
Oh my God.
Jackie Young. You say Jackie Young? You say Jackie? I'm just throwing something out there. Would you say Jackie? Would you say Kelsey?
Jackie is a complete player. I'm gonna throw Jackie on there. I'm sorry. So that's 7.
I'm trying to help you out.
Phoenix Mercury. What is her name? Oh my God.
Phoenix Mercury.
Red hair. God, dog. I can't. Why everybody's name just losing me right now?
Phoenix. I know you're talking about. I can't think of her name right now.
Copper. Sorry. Copper. What's her first name?
Phoenix.
Is it Kalia?
You gotta be tweaking right now.
I'm mad, y'all.
I don't know who you're talking about right now.
Her last name is Copper. She played for the Phoenix.
Kalia Copper.
If I say Kalia Copper, I thought that was a name.
Yeah, Kalia.
That's 8.
That's 8.
I can't put Kelsey Plum above her.
You can't put Kelsey Plum. No, you cannot.
I'm looking through. Hold on.
All right. I'm gonna shut up now. So you at 8.
I'm at 8. Mm-hmm. Oh, hold on, y'all. Who am I missing? Who am I missing? Ooh, I'm mad.
Jonquel Jones. You missing Jonquel Jones, really?
I mean, Jonquel is a beast. It's just, if we talking about it, it's a big, yeah.
I helped you. I'm not helping you no more because I was waiting for you to say that one, but I'm not helping.
I mean, that's 9. Damn it, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Everybody else that you may say is a push. Everybody else that you could possibly say is a push. I'm telling you.
Top 10 talent, huh?
That's my statement.
But if she on there, she 10 right now, right?
That's cool with me. I just say you can't name 10 definitively women that are better than her in basketball this year. I don't think that's crazy to say.
No, I don't know. No, she ain't better than Derek.
Nah,
Derek
no.
Hamby. No, she ain't better than her.
I'm not giving you that one.
She ain't better than her.
Definitively, straight up better than. I'm not giving you that one. That's a push. That's a push in my opinion. That's a push. That's a push. I'm sorry. That's a push in my opinion. Like, I'm not saying Kayla just leaps and bounds better than her. I'm not saying that, but that's a push. At least that's a push. I'm not giving you that one. I'm sorry. I'm not.
All right.
I ain't give you that one.
I was close. I'm gonna think of somebody at the end of the show, or
you gonna say, "Bam!"
When this post, I'm gonna text you, and I'm gonna be mad in the mug. I ain't think of this person, but yeah, man. Anyway, shout out to the women. Y'all doing y'all thing. Like I said, Angel, I think, will come back better next year. Caitlin's gonna have a 5-star next year, even though they in the playoffs. We don't know what's gonna happen with that. And like I said, gotta give to the baby goat right now, the goat in the making, Angel Wilson, for what she's been doing. This is an amazing season, bro. I wanted to put Chelsea Gray, but she been injured and she ain't gonna step right now, so I couldn't throw her on there. But in the last, we gotta talk about
you
right
can't,
now.
you can't do that, bro. I'm telling you, you can't name 10 women that are definitely better than Caitlin Clark this year. You can't do it. She's been playing her tail off all year. I'm telling you, she's been hooping.
Hey, shout out to Dejanay Carrington, bro. I don't think she get enough notice either for what she be out there doing.
She can hoop too. Yeah, she's very good.
I don't think she's the top 10 play. No, she's not better. But man, when you factor in the defense and all of that,
she's underrated. Two-way player for sure. Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
I agree. She's a baller.
Yeah, shout out to the W, bro. I'm happy they're getting their just due with everything that's going on. Y'all let us know. That is not what I want to talk about. I'm sorry. Let's just move on. Just move on. Late night. We're gonna get on this one. We're gonna get up out of it as fast as possible. Pause. Tua Tagovailoa has another concussion.
Yeah, man. What's up? If y'all don't know, this past Thursday night when the Miami Dolphins were playing the Buffalo Bills in the fourth quarter, Tua Tagovailoa was scrambling on a 4th and 4 play, and he got the first down. He did get the first down, but he led with the crown of his helmet and collided into, unfortunately, ironically, DeMar Hamlin. I'm not gonna talk about his situation, but it's kind of ironic how all that kind of laid
Hamlin's stomach or thigh. Or something.
Yeah, it hit him on his forearm, like this part of his arm, Yeah, bro. And unfortunately, Tua suffered another concussion. He did not finish the game. Obviously, thankfully, he was able to walk out on his own power, but the Dolphins quickly deemed him having a concussion. This is his 4th concussion in his career, his 3rd in the NFL. His first concussion happened in 2019 when he was still on Alabama. So people are questioning, should he continue to play the game of football? I'm not going to go that far, but clearly there is a problem when it comes to Tua and concussions. And as we all know, football is just a game. He has a life to live. He has kids to take care of. He has a family to deal with. And of course, that's the most important. So you hate to see a talented guy like Tua, who just got paid $167 million guaranteed to play. Damn, he threw another pick. Caleb Williams, what are you doing? Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to get sidetracked right now. I'm not trying to say he just threw another pick. 2 picks on the game. Dang. Anyway, but yeah, Tua. You distracted me when you saying I'm not freaking on Caleb Williams right now. I'm sorry.
My bad.
By saying I'm not freaking on Caleb Williams right now. But but did you watch the game? How do you feel on the whole retirement situation? I'm not formally saying he should retire. Concussions is a subject that as a people we don't know that much about. The brain is we don't really know anything about CT until the autopsy comes out. So there's no way he can do a blood test or a piss test and say, hey, he has CTE. So every person's different. Recovery time different for everybody. There isn't a magic number in saying, oh, this is his 5th concussion, he got to retire. Everybody's different. So I'm not saying he should retire like that, but I feel like there has to be a time he had when it comes to his family. And he said he's not going to retire. But I was going to get your thoughts on it. As a person that plays football, and I didn't play football as serious as you did, but as a person that's been there, I want to get your view on the other thing.
Yeah, I look at it a little differently, bro. because as a football player, right, it's no telling how many concussions he's had that we don't even know about. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just we know of 5, but like, you got practice, you got scrimmages, you got. I mean, from the way that he got this last one, bro could run into a Coke machine and get a. I'm like, I'm sorry, like that should not have happened to a normal person, bro. I'm just being honest. So like, it's something going on up there, and every time that he's doing it now, like he's having severe, like immediate reaction to these concussions. Like his fist, I can't remember the actual medical term, but like when his fist,
it's called fencing. It's called fencing.
Yeah.
It's when the medical term is, because people, the music is very loud. Oh my gosh, but the medical term is in the helmet is structured to protect the skull, not the brain. So when the skull stops, the brain keeps moving. It hits the side of the wall. That's how concussions happen. When the concussion hits the right nerve, it puts your body back in that defensive position that we had when we were kids, that allows us to kind of protect ourselves from like danger and stuff like that. So that means that's a knee-jerk, pretty negative reaction to getting hit in the head that hard, which, as you said, isn't normal. So every single one of his concussions, except the one in Alabama, he's had this response. So of course that brings up a heightened level of concern that a real conversation has to be had, because this isn't normal for a guy. Because it wasn't a dirty hit. DeMar Hamlin didn't slam him to the ground or nothing like that. It seemed like a pretty customary. Yes, Tua could have slid. Obviously, he didn't have to leave the crown in his hand, but he's fine he's got to get the first down. He's fine for the yards. You know, that's football. But it's clearly a problem, and I hope he gets healthy. But clearly, he has a problem.
Yeah, I mean, with that type of stuff right there, bro could literally walk into his refrigerator at night and literally just bump his head if he ain't paying attention. And have, like, I'm joking, but that's how serious and how, like, from what it's looking like, it don't take a lot for him to get him. And like you said, the more and more that you doing that can't be good. I'm sorry. Like, I know, I know we can't diagnose nothing till he, obviously he's on the other side, but that can't be good, bro. And even if it doesn't lead to like immediate effects, we just saw Junior Seau not too long ago. One of my favorite linebackers when I was growing up. He literally did what he had to do because like his headaches were that bad every single day. I'm sorry, bro. Like Tua, like you got your guaranteed money. You got your guaranteed money. What's the point? Like, yeah, you changed your family's life for the better forever. I don't know what his little brother is doing. I know he's playing.
He's still in college. He's still in college, I think.
I don't know how well he's doing, but guess what, bro? Yeah. We had 167 M's. Call it a career, bro. Like, you ain't gonna be able to enjoy none of this money. And so
with your kids, your family, all that,
man, who we doing it for? You done got your bread. I mean, yeah, it may not end the way you want it, but that 9 on the football field shit, that I don't get it. I'm sorry. I can't even lie to you and say I get it, because I don't. It's a freaking game, bro. At the end of the day, like, seriously, it's a freaking game. No, dog. Don't do that to yourself or your family. It just ain't that serious, bro. So it would be unprecedented, but with good reason. And that's my thought on it.
It's weird. We saw Andrew Luck do it in the prime of his career.
That man said, I'm out.
He said, I can't deal with my concussions. I can't deal with the headaches. And he was the prime. He was 28 years old when he walked off that football field. In his prime. One of the best quarterbacks in probably the last generation, honestly. Andrew Luck was cold. People forget about that. I hope, if the fan in me, I hope he doesn't. But if he does, even though he said he doesn't, but you gotta put the man in front of the game at the end of the day. You gotta put the human behind the actual action that he's doing, which is playing football, and decide which was more important. Obviously, the human behind it. Tua Tagovailoa, the son, the father, the brother, that matters more than Tua Tagovailoa, the football player for the Miami Dolphins. So I just hope he makes the best decision for him and his family and his health, most importantly. And if we don't see him again, so be it.
And can we keep it G, bro?
What's up?
He wasn't playing that well anyway.
I mean, they
paid him because they had to pay him, but
He had a decent year. Like 107 is kind of egregious, but he had a good year last. If Dan Jones gets that much money, Tagovailoa gets that much money. Like, come on, Dan Jones. They overpaid Dan Jones for one good playoff game, and they paid Dan Jones all this money. So,
I'm just saying the fact that he ain't playing that well, it's not even. It ain't worth even pushing through. Not that.
So yeah. So your argument, if it was Patrick Mahomes, if your argument was him, it would weigh a little different. That's your argument?
No, I would tell Patrick go sit his ass down too. But what I'm saying is, like, it don't make it no better that you ain't out there just beasting. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the whole thing. You're right. Like I if it was Patty, look switching ass, I would probably say the same thing, bro. Go sit down, man. I can't stand the way that man be switching on the football field, bro. That grinds he a cold dude, bro, but that grinds my gears.
It makes you mad just watching it all the time.
Stop switching, bro. You know you switching. Like, come on, bro. Stop. Anyway, I'm done. We are done with these news topics. Y'all let us know. What's y'all thoughts on it? Do y'all think he should consider retiring? I saw a report come out talking about he's not considering retirement, but he is going to see a concussion specialist.
Yeah,
bro, you are stretching it, bro. Just go home, Roger. Be with your family, bro. Be with your family, dog. That's all I got on it. We're gonna go ahead and go to our first break, y'all. On the other side of the break, we do continue. I can't even talk. Golly. We're gonna continue our next season Outlook series with the man himself, the boogeyman, Vince Williams. I'm excited to talk about some Vince Williams for sure. So y'all go ahead, stick around. Don't go nowhere. Get you some water. We'll be right back on the other side of the break.
I think Jabari Smith Jr. and I don't want this to be true, but I almost feel maybe Tobias Harris, yo.
What's wrong with Tobias Harris? We've had this discussion. All the guy does is give you a double-double, 20 and 10.
Bro.
That's it. It every night.
Who?
Tobias Harris.
Stop that. Tobias Harris gives you a double-double 8 times a year. Stop that.
What?
He gives you
this times a year.
I'm a fan. And this is what I'm saying because I continue to be like, he's a dude he's a tease. It's a tease. It's like, God, dog, he's sexy. But it just won't work. Like he should be, but it's there, but it's just when the games, it's just consistently. I don't know if it's you need more people to believe in it or something, but I don't want, and also just to get lost in the rest in that Houston team.
Tune in to the Night Court podcast with your hosts, Rob Fisher and Brevin Knight, on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
I've always thought Norvell wasn't really that tight to me because I was like, bro, this dude ain't it to me, bro. He left with the humility, and that's the only reason why people ain't destroying his ass right now.
That 2019 year is what supplanted his legacy as like, you know, he's the man. Oh, yeah, but let's not forget, he was one missed 20-yard field goal against Tulsa away from all of that being nothing. That one field goal changed everything. That missed field goal sent them to the AAC championship, brought game day to their place. I mean, that field goal changed a lot of people's careers. Ryan Silverfield wouldn't be here. Norvell wouldn't be in Florida State. It just changed everything. So
yep, that's facts. Get him out of here. It'll put Memphis in the pole position to go and do what they gotta do to get to the college football playoff. If you win out, you got a chance to win out if you win this game against Florida State.
How crazy is that going to be?
It's going to be crazy.
Tune in to the Anthony Sane Show Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Welcome back to the No Bluffin podcast, where we keep it all the way real, all the way raw, and all the way honest about everything Grizzlies. I am Chris Ingram, and this is my guy. To my right, Evan Hayes, my right-hand man. Man, shout out to Brevin and Fish, bro. They be having me rolling. They just be
funny, man. They
just be off the hip for real with their conversation. Tobias Harris is gonna pull up on them one day.
they steady. No, whenever who does Spies here play for now? Who's he?
I think he's back with the Pistons, bro.
When we go to Detroit, let's say he is playing with the Pistons. If we go to Detroit, Tobias here is gonna come and find Brevin on the commentary. He gonna be checking into the game and call him something. I ain't gonna repeat the word. He said, "Yeah, I heard your podcast." Yeah, that's gonna be funny.
They stay picking on that man. Let me make sure. Is he with them? He with yeah, he back with Detroit again. They gave him another bag. I don't get it, but whatever.
Yeah.
Do your thing. Get your bag, brother. Shit, I wish I got me one. Like that.
For real.
just to do anyway. Make sure y'all give our podcast page a follow on Twitter. As well as our personal pages. We will appreciate all the love on that side. But we're going to get right into it, man, so we can get up out of here for y'all today. The next up on the next season Outlook series for us is Vince Williams Jr. I am ecstatic to see this dude next year, what he can do with this Grizzlies team, healthy as a whole, as one. He showed a lot of promise last year, just overall game, all-around player. Averaged 12.6 points, 6.4 rebounds, and 4.4 assists. I don't have his shooting percentages on me right now, but I can tell you this: he was definitely a 3-and-D threat, as well as getting to the rack. Just watching the film, I mean, he did a lot of stuff well, bro. I can't really point to dude's game and say he don't do that well. Like I don't know. Do you got a hole that you can see in his game?
If I would nitpick, and this I'm saying is a nitpick, I would say just creating off the dribble on an elite level. If you get what I'm saying, like
for itself,
for itself, like creating off the dribble, getting his own shot. Like, yeah, he can cut very well. He can make a jab step, 1 or 2 dribbles and get to the rack. But he's still, if I really thought about it, I'm not taking him over Jai with the ball. Desmond Bain, Marcus Smart. Who else? Like in the GG, I'm not taking him creating over GG. Like with just ball in their hands, he's probably the 5th best guy on the team. Depends on who you ask. You know, some people may say Scotty, you know, if he's gonna be playing, you know, it depends on what your parameter is about good with the ball in your hands. So that'll probably be my only hole. But everything else you said, I completely agree with. Vince Williams is probably the most complete basketball player that's gonna maximize his capabilities on this team that's already going into next season. Like everyone else on the team, I think has a glaring hole in the game, or at least not glaring, but somewhat of a hole in the game. Maybe outside of Dez, I'm like him and Dez are pretty
solid all the way around.
Yeah, pretty solid all the way around. And I'm not trying to get too big in person, but you kind of see knowing how they are as people, it makes sense. You know,
it makes sense. Yeah,
like Dez, he's a very down to earth, low grounded guy, kind of low key type of dude. Super hard work. We've talked about that. Vince Williams. All he want to do is play basketball, wear his black forces. That's all he kind of want to do. He don't really want to do nothing else. So
if you saw the Kendrick Lamar picture of that latest song on Twitter, those were Vince Williams, his black Air Forces on that picture for sure.
So that's all. And we're black forces with white socks on the basketball court. It's crazy. That's how crazy Vince Williams is. So nah, man. And I'm just echoing your points. Vince Williams, as you said, I'm very excited to see his position on this new road this season. Unfortunately, I'm really excited because Gigi Jackson is hurt for the next 3 months, so now he's gonna have a higher elevated role. I hate that Gigi got hurt. Honestly, I hate it he did. But who's the next step guy that you're gonna give those Gigi minutes to? Probably Vince Williams. I'm not saying Gigi's gonna play over him all the time, but Vince Williams probably gonna get the most of those minutes. Yeah, I'm excited, man. And I know he averaged around 10 to 12 last year, and just for me, I feel like when everyone's healthy, I feel like his numbers gonna dip a little bit, but his impact's probably gonna grow a lot more. I know from my numbers, my phone cannot open right now. There we go. My numbers this year, I want to get your opinion. You know, I'm a numbers guy. I said 9 to 11 points because, you know, he's gonna have a lot of people around him when everyone's healthy. 6 rebounds and 4 assists. That's my basic stat line for him.
I mean, I agree that, and let me go back. That when I was talking about those numbers that I put out earlier, that was when he was starting.
Because I was like, he averaged 10. I didn't want to say nothing. I was like, I know he averaged 10 on the season. He averaged 10 flat for the season. I was like,
that 12.6 was definitely in starts. I want to make sure I preface that. But if he did that in starting, it's definitely going to be a little bit of a diminished role. but just in terms of comfortability with the roster, settling down into a role with better players, opening up the game for him taking another season to just take a step. I think that what you're saying, like, I think 10 points is the floor. I think, anything under that I would be surprised with, because you look at it like this, a guy like that, he should be able to knock down 3 threes a game, just 3 threes, period. And that's not, taking into account, outlet passes that he's catching and getting to the rim, either driving, getting fouled, or just finishing, because he is a great finisher.
He's strong.
As it may look sometimes,
he is strong going to the rim. He's extremely strong.
That dude will finish. So I think 10 is the floor on him for sure. And like I said, elevated role. I like the numbers.
And then I had 36 to 39% from the three. He didn't, his volume wasn't high on the three last year, and I feel like it's gonna stay.
Balls in his hands.
But I feel like his percentage his volume gonna stay the same, but his percentage gonna grow a little bit, because again, if everyone's healthy, he's not gonna be the focal point of offense. He's really gonna be catch and shoots the whole time. And I say regular percentage 45% from the field. I feel like that's doable. And I'm glad you said role, because I was thinking about this while I was prepping for the show. I want him to be a modernized, better version of Tony Allen. Don't say anything, just listen to me out.
I agree.
Tony Allen without the missed layups, without the people sagging off 10 feet from him because he can't shoot. The Tony Allen that can handle the ball, because Tony, he had his moments where he just put the ball on the ground. He was just bouncing off the walls with the ball in his hands.
Right.
And be that. Because I know when Marcus Smart got here, everybody was making a connection between him and TA. For good reason. They both came from the Celtics. They both won. They both got to a championship with the Celtics. All defensive team. Parallels was crazy. But actually seeing how Vince Williams plays compared to TA, it's literally a 2024 version of TA. That's what I want his role to be. I wrote down on my notes Swiss Army knife, because that's what he did last year. Just be able to guard 1 through 4. He can play with dang near everybody on the roster. I can't think of a person that he can't play with on the roster, like, honestly, and he can't be effective with them on the court. Of course, I also said be healthy. I'm saying that for everybody. Now, I'm not saying Vince Williams had injury problems like that. He had like some nick and knacks each there, but I'm just saying
neck history.
Be there. But yeah, just be healthy. And the last thing I had, be a terror. This is exactly what I said. Be terror twin duo with Smart. When him and Smart in the game, I want the offense to be in hell. I don't care who else on the court with them. When them two jokers in the game, I want the opposing backcourt to be shaking in their dang boots.
Yeah.
I want it, because we didn't get to see that a lot last year. We really didn't. No. We didn't see that at all last year. And that's like, I want to see him play with Ja and Jan Arden. The one person I want to see him play with is the guy we was talking about last week, Marcus Smart. Because I feel like when both of them, I don't feel like Marcus Smart, and please correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think he's had another guy on the perimeter that can defend on his level in his career. I don't think so. You can maybe argue Jay Crowder, like Avery Bradley at the beginning of his career. That's the only person I thought of, because Avery Bradley, if y'all remember who that was, number 0 for the Celtics, light-skinned dude. He was a very good defender, but that wasn't prime Marcus Smart. Yeah. That wasn't like defensive player of the year Marcus Smart. I feel like this is probably the best defensive mate on the perimeter that he's had in his career. I feel like that can be a lineup combination that a lot of people aren't thinking about. With those two on the sides together, and they can both handle the ball to an extent. They can both make the outside shots to an extent. They're literally like parallels of each other, and they mask each other's weaknesses. I feel like, because I feel like Marcus Smart can create off the dribble for himself a little better than Vince. And I feel like Vince can shoot the outside shot a little bit more consistently than Marcus Smart. And we've talked about the numbers in the past. So that's pretty much my rundown for Vince Williams. I'm so excited to see that man play. I feel like I don't care if he's starting, the 6th man, the 7th man, he's going to play. I feel like he's going to start maybe 30 games out of the season just because of matchups, maybe, or just because some people going to be here. He going to start. I can see him starting 30 games out of the season. But even if he doesn't, I don't feel like his numbers or his production are going to drop at all, because he's literally the most stable guy on this roster, probably outside of Desmond Bain. I'm not talking about most times. I'm not saying best player, but just stable. You're going to get from him every night.
Yep.
That's why I love Vince Williams so much. That's why when people like talk about what we have. I feel like his name doesn't come as much as it should because people really didn't understand how good he was for us last year because we were so bad as a team last year. But Vince Williams, outside of Gigi, was my favorite player on the team last year. And probably, in my opinion, was the best player on the team. Of course, Tripp was here, all that. But like new guys, Gigi and Vince were the bright spots last time. People talk about Gigi as they should because Gigi was a bright spot. People think he was the 45th pick. Right. Not taking nothing away from Gigi. But Vince Williams was sitting in South Haven for 2 years. People forget about that. He was sitting in South Haven living off two ways for the past 2 years. And then he finally got his chance. He knocked it out of the park. So I'm a fan of Vince. I'm ready to see what he does. And I feel like he's gonna be a vital part for this championship puzzle that we bring in. And I feel like he will in the playoff games. You're gonna see a lot of Vince Williams. Y'all forgot that New Orleans game when he became crazy. That's the game when he became crazy.
Man, man, what was that finger doing, bro? I don't even know the finger. That's the weirdest looking picture out. It might doing, bro.
But he was closing that game with Smart, with Ja, with Dez, and with Tripp. I feel like we're gonna see that a lot. And Tripp was out there a lot. That's the game he became crazy, man. And I feel like we're gonna see a lot of him down the stretch because, like you said, he's growing in his role. He's become more comfortable within this, and he knows he's here for the next 3 years. He don't have to worry about, hey, I may get released next week, or I may get sent back down to South Haven. He just hooping now. He got his money. I bet he got a good crib here now. He got his whatever. He can settle in, become his role, and play ball. So I know I talked a lot, but I just want to hit everything what I want to see out of Vince because I'm a big fan of Vince, and I'm ready to see what he does this year.
Yeah, I know when Vince first got drafted, bro, to me, he was just super unserious. Like, I was like, what are y'all doing? Like, I was not happy with that draft at all, by no means. The 2022 draft, in my mind, was one of the worst drafts. It definitely was probably, to me personally, like top 4 worst drafts. Since I've been a Grizzly fan, Hasheem Thabeet is number 1. Will always be number 1. That Wade Baldwin year, I think it was him and Deontay Davis. I hated that one. That's definitely number 2.
That Jordan Adams year, I can't remember what year that was. That was a bad year.
I wasn't mad at Jordan Adams.
I didn't like that pick.
He just
I ain't trying to get into it, but I didn't like that pick. I didn't like it from the jump.
He just never. If he doesn't get injured, bro, I don't think it's as bad. I think that pick is worse hindsight than it was in the moment. Same thing with Jamal Franklin. Like Jamal Franklin, it wasn't the best pick.
Yeah, people him and San Diego. I think he went to San Diego State. I think that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. Now I thought he was gonna be a player. I did think he was gonna be a player. He just
they were calling him the grandson. I think up under Tony. I was like, on the breaks.
Yeah.
But yeah, that 22 draft, bro. That's definitely. I'm trying to think of what my number 3 draft would be as far as on my list of worst drafts or draft. What
about Jarrell Martin? Jarrell Martin year. Was that I'm trying to Jarnell Stokes that year too? That was a weird.
I was amped for Jarnell because he played at Southwind. So I was like, all right, Jarnell. Yeah. I was like, all right, cool. Ivan Rabb and Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks he turned out to be good, but Ivan Rabb didn't really do nothing.
I wasn't mad about the Ivan Rabb thing. Like I said, it was okay. To me in that period, it was a typical Grizzly draft pick. You know what I'm saying? Like they weren't having the best drafts for a long time. Yeah. And so that's the kind of where my mindset is. But it was overkill 22, bro. Like y'all did all this trading around and you come with these players that basically all did the same thing. And then at media day when Vince pop up, he the only one that ain't dressed up, got on just a Grizzly polo. He's smiling, laughing like he ain't taking nothing serious. It was 2 parts of that. Like part of me was like, all right, bro, ain't serious. But the other part was like, all right, I'm happy for dude because he just glad to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what he done been through. I would love to see a sit down with Vince to kind of hear about his life because I literally don't know nothing about him at all outside of his college career. I know he wasn't highly touted coming out of high school or nothing like that. Had some injuries in college that kind of held him back starting out. But I don't know much about dude at all. I don't know how many siblings he got, what he likes to do, nothing. So you see him come out, that first year, like you said, he got some time in the G League. And he did fine down there, but it was nothing that stood out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just, all right, he down in the G League doing whatever. But then when he came out this summer league, that first summer league, They won every game that he played, and he was looking very, very comfortable. I'm like, all right, it's something to this. Maybe he's not as unserious as what I thought. And you fast forward to the record-setting injuries start to come into play. But before that happened, I remember my first game that I really locked in. I said, "Oh, okay, I think we got us one." I can't remember if this came before that game or not, but it's just on my brain right now. When we played Phoenix, and he was out there guarding KD, and I was sitting there like, "All right, bro, he guarding KD. He going. I ain't gonna say going back at him on offense, but he was just something was different. And like you said,
he was competing,
but he looked like he fit. It looked like he actually did care about ball. It wasn't as goofy as what I thought. And it just, man, he got that contract. He got some VC and put on a headband, put some armband.
He had the twist in his head. You know?
Had the twist. Bought some new shoes.
Yeah,
I said, man, they were still black shoes, but they were some upgraded shoes. I don't know what they was, some Paul Georges or something. But I was just excited to see his growth that fast, bro. And like you said, obviously, you know, I may not be leading the GG train, but I'm definitely on the front of that junk. Like I'm on the front for sure. But watching Vince was probably like what had me with all the injuries that came into play. I was excited every night to watch Vince Williams.
Yeah.
Some nights over even GG, because I just like when you start to see, like I said, that playmaking game, him having the ball in his hands. For me, I don't know how you felt, but like I trusted him with the ball.
Yeah, he was steady. He
was steady-handed every single night. And I was like, all right, bro, if this is something that really sticks, he's doing this every night. I don't even know how he fits with the main squad when they come back, but him just having that aspect to his game, I think that's going to pay just so much dividends to us going forward, because that drop-off when he's top of the league, you know, you can say we got a top 5 young core in the NBA. I don't know where you want to rank them, but when these players are either not on the floor getting rest or whatever, the drop-off, because he's so steady and you know you're going to get what you're going to get every night, I'm confident in that, bro. And that's why, like, when people say, like, we didn't make these splashy, sexy moves over the offseason, I'm like, I mean, who you want to bring in to play over Vince Williams? Like, let's be honest. I know I don't want to bring in too many people to play over Gigi. You know, we can talk about the big man situation, maybe with BC and Santi, obviously, but when it comes to that, like, you got those two guys on your bench or starting, you bringing back one of the better shooters in the league. He's going to open up, you know, spacing with the other guys you got. I'm confident as hell in this team, bro. And again, that's before you even add in a 7'4", 7'5" freaking Zach Edey. So, like you said, a defensive nightmare is about to be up on us, bro, because Taylor Jenkins got to make this lineup happen, at least for just 3 minutes straight and 1 point of the season. Marcus Smart, Vince Williams, Jaren Jackson, Zach Edey, and I don't care who you put in that middle between that. I really don't. Like, throw anybody out there. Matter of fact, you know what? Just to add insult to injury, throw Cam Spencer out there because he crazy too. Just throw them all out there, bro.
All the crazy dudes. No offense, just straight defense. Forget
straight defense, running, cussing, yelling,
pressing 94 feet.
Straight ridiculous.
Just doing stupid stuff the whole time, but it looks good though. It turns out it works the whole time.
I'm talking about you might get a Shaq and a Fool highlight tape out of that 3 minutes, but I don't care. I want to see it because it's just gonna be ridiculous, bro. Like I'm super excited, you know, like I said, to see from where he came to where he is. And like you said, I think he's gonna be a crucial piece to this team, especially when it comes playoff time. I don't care where we rank. I would love for them guys to get a top 4 seed for sure. They could very well just stumble into another 2 seed. They really could. They did it the second year, I feel like.
Yeah.
And with all the motivations that they got coming into this season now, I think they can really happen. But man, playoff time, people don't want to see a gritty team with the firepower that we got in that starting lineup, and then one of the first people off the bench is him if he ain't starting by the end of the season. Like, I know we talked about this before. Would you be mad if Vince is your starting 3 next year?
Not at all. I wouldn't be mad. Like, do I want? Like, I want to say that. Like, if it would be my choice, Gigi would be my starter, and then I'd probably have Smart as my second option, But but then when people think they think I'm putting them so above and about each other. They think it's this far of a difference. It's a very close difference. I really don't care as long as those three guys are starting. As long as they ain't Jacob LaRavia, Luke Kennard, or John Conchar, like if any of those three guys start, especially in the playoffs, hopefully Taylor Jenkins sees at the point whoever we're playing, the matchups work better with those teams. Hopefully Taylor Jenkins has the wherewithal to have those type of discussion within his staff. So if he started at the end of the year, you ain't finna hear a peep out of my mouth. Because again, I say Vince Williams, even more than Gigi and even more than Smart, can play with anybody in any time in any place of the game because he's just that steady of a hand.
Right.
The two guys, outside of Ja and Jaren, obviously, the two guys that I want on the court I want the court at all times, dang near, is Vince Williams and Desmond Bain. I feel like they're consistent. They're consistent. Yes, they got to rest, but I'm gonna feel okay if one of them two dudes are on the court is Desmond Bain and Vince.
Yeah.
Because they know what you're getting about. They're not gonna do none outside their game for the most part. Vince, he has great shot selection. He doesn't do anything too crazy. He's gonna play defense all the time, and then he gonna keep yourself in the flow of the offense. Like with Gigi may throw up a bad shot here and there. He may want to put the ball in. He might want to put the ball down and turn the ball over. That happens. Same thing with Smart. Smart may get a little wild sometimes. That doesn't happen with Vince. That's why I'm not mad for it. Like people, I know you was talking about. I'm not trying to go up too long about it.
No, you good.
But we have on paper, if everyone healthy, one of the deepest teams on this roster. So yes,
it's a fact.
After we get out of starting line, you got Vince coming off. You got Vince, you got Luke, you got Scotty, you got BC, you got all these guys that on other teams could maybe start. On some of these maybe start. If Gigi coming out the bench, Gigi, like we're gonna be fine no matter. If Taylor Jenkins can put all the pieces in the puzzle together, we'll have a championship contending team. I was playing with the Greens the other day on 2K, and I was like, dang, we really cold for real.
I keep hearing it.
I keep hearing that, bro. Like, we really cold. I was playing with my homeboy yesterday. I was like, because he had the bug. I'm like, dang, I keep throwing dudes out here, and we still kicking tail. Like, that's why I don't get so hung up on who's starting and who's playing, especially when it comes to Vince, because Vince gonna be fine, man. And that's really it. Like, it's not that much to say because that's just who he is as a person. He's solid, or as a player. I don't want to say because, like I say, we don't know that much about him as a person, but he's solid. That's why I'm not worried. Like, out of all people on this team, he is the top list of the guys I don't need to worry about. I don't need to worry about his playing time. I don't need to worry about what he needs to do. I don't got to worry about him being in trouble, him being crazy, him not getting along with the front office. He is not one guy on my list at all times. I'm not worried about him at all. He's gonna be our modern day grandfather. I'm not gonna disrespect Tony because Tony is one of my favorite players of all time. He's one of I didn't say big, we're not gonna get on the top 5 Grizzlies conversation because oh my gosh, we're not gonna do that. He's one of my favorite Grizzlies of all time. He's gonna be the modern day him and a better version of him. And
oh, you broke up a little. There you go. Okay.
I did see it said the network connection tapped out for me. I don't know
like,
hopefully it didn't miss none of that. He's gonna be the Monday grandfather. Memphis gonna love him. Simple as that.
Yeah. This is I want to get your thoughts because it's not a concern. It's just a thought as you was talking. Does the fact that we have, I don't want to say viable because viable may not be the word, even though it's a fact, but like the fact that we don't have a heads above the wrist option at the 3. Do you think that is a plus, a minus, or it ain't really neither one? Like the fact that we don't have a clear cut, I'm throwing a name out there just to say, I'm not saying we need this person, but the fact that we don't have a Kevin Durant, the fact that we don't have a surefire number 3, we don't have a Ja Morant, we don't have a Desmond Bain, Jaren Jackson at the 3. Is that an issue to you? Or do you look at that as a plus, the fact that we just have so much versatility depending on the matchup? Or you just kind of like, I don't really care either way. Like, it's cool either way. It'll sort itself out.
It's a plus because, like you said, we have a Ja Morant. We have a Desmond Bain. We have a Jaren Jackson Jr. Championship teams, if y'all look back at the history of championship teams, versatility works 9 times out of 10. There isn't a lot of top-heavy basketball teams that just win championships. Not that many. There are a few conceptions like the Warriors 17-18 team. Those teams top-heavy. I'm trying to think another top-heavy team you could argue. I don't know what's happening. That's like the last time that was like super. Maybe some of those Miami Heat teams. You can argue some of those are top-heavy. You can argue that I wouldn't necessarily say that. But you could argue they were top heavy. The versatility works to our advantage because depending on the matchup, any one of those guys can play 30, 35 minutes a game and be effective and could really win their matchup depending on who that 3 is. Like outside the Kevin Durant and the Kawhi Leonards and the Paul Georges and the Giannis's, like there isn't a lot of threes, like a lineup of wings that I'm taking over that they won't be effective against. So when people throw me that, like, I think it's a plus because we have and they aren't even different if they were the best players on our team. They are all 3 of those at worst are the 4th best player on this team. Well, at best, they're the 4th best player
in the lineup.
In the lineup. So since we have all these other, and they're not even the vocal part of our team, I feel like that's a plus. They work to our advantage.
I'm not saying that I disagree with you by no means. It's really just a hypothetical, just brain exercise at this point.
Mm-hmm.
What team can you point to that has had, I guess, such a competition at a position like that's won? Because, like you said, the fact that on any given night, that some people gonna argue on GG, and it's really because it's youth. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say the decision making is the main thing for me personally.
Yeah, sure.
Like talent wise, I think when he get out there, that I always say the ball has energy. Once that ball gets to moving, and he's seeing what's going on with those better players, I think he's gonna just naturally mature. Mm-hmm. But outside of that, like, is it a team that we can point to and say, okay, like they've had that much good flexibility, but at a certain position, winning? I'm trying to think, bro.
I'm really thinking right now. I really can't. And
I ain't talking about like we played. What was that? We played the Minnesota Timberwolves and BC because it was matchup based in that series.
Yeah,
we had to play BC over Steve-O. But like, I ain't talking about that because we'll never have a conversation. Should Brandon Clark have started over Steven Adams? That's never a conversation. But I'm talking about in the regard of we don't know really who's the head above the rest, and that
you can argue, and I could be completely off, but just also, you can argue the Nuggets because they rotated their wings out so much. Like they had Monte Morris, they had Christian Braun, they had MPJ, they had another. What was the other? Who was the other?
Bruce Brown.
Bruce Brown. That was 4. That was their rotation of wings, in any given night. Some people played 20 minutes a game, some played, say, 15, some people played 30. That's the first one that comes to my head. I feel like they had someone else in that team on a wing rotation. I can't think of them that
KCP
much.
Was a starter. That's what I was about to ask you.
That's who I was forgetting.
Christian Braun over no KCP.
But he still played minutes in the finals, though. Like he still played contributing minutes, But I just named 5 guys who they rotated in and out of certain lineups.
But that was a rotation. You ain't had no. Would you have had a conversation of should
Bruce Brown start over KCP or something like that?
Right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel it gets iffy. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I'm looking at a list of NBA champions to see if there's anyone that comes to the top of my head.
Not the Bucks.
Not the Warriors. Not the Heat. What? No, you wasn't arguing Norris Cole over Mario Chalmers. You weren't arguing that with the Heat.
They were so damn tit for tat.
They were very much tit for tat. Like you can maybe like Shane Barrett didn't start. He came off the bench. Mike Miller didn't start.
Mike was old.
Dallas. They had Jason Terry. JJ Barea
was old.
Yeah, James said JJ Barea. Maybe you could argue, but JJ Barea was kind of like the 6th man on that team. Not the 08 Celtics, not the Spurs. I can't remember who's on those. Those teams are so boring. I can't remember.
Tony Parker, Danny Green, Kawhi, Tim Duncan.
Nah, I ain't talking about 2014. I'm talking about young, like prime Spurs, like prime Tim Duncan, prime Monty, like 06, 07. That's the Spurs I'm thinking of. Like, yeah. They had Bruce Bowen. They had can't think of them. Pistons. Who was on that Pistons team? Yeah. Chauncey, you had Ben Wallace. You had Tayshaun Prince. Anyone else on the bench that was really rocking like that?
Not the
01-02 Lakers. They were a top heavy team. The 01-02 Lakers, that was a top heavy team. They just out talented everybody. They had Shaq and Kobe.
Lamar was a 6-man, but it's like he could have easily started.
Lamar wasn't there yet. I'm talking about 01-02.
Well, I'm jumping. Yeah,
you jumping to like you jumping to Kobe and Powell.
Yeah.
You wasn't. No one was really arguing starting Lamar Odom.
Right.
Not the Bulls teams, not the Rockets teams. The old Pistons, Isaiah and them. I can't think of Michael Cooper. He started for the Lakers, right? Because you have Michael Cooper and Byron Scott. Is my eras mixed up, or they play on the same team? I feel like they play on the same team. Or my eras may be off, but I feel like they play on the same team.
Close. It's close. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna mess that up without Googling it, but
I feel like they were played during the same era. I feel like Byron Scott played with Magic. Like Byron Scott was like young when he played with Magic, because he played with Kobe too, because he was Kobe's vet. So it would make sense if he was like, so
he kind of crossed it.
Yeah. So maybe like Michael Cooper and Byron Scott.
You see how far you had to go back though? That's crazy.
I had to go to the 80s of the NBA.
I just started watching back. Shit, I wasn't even born. Some of this stuff you talking about, like, dog. I don't know, man. Like, and I'm not saying that it can't work. I think I'm kind of with you. Like, I think it's a positive because you can, go in any which way. It's just about who takes that step. My only thing is this, bro. I hope it's no politics involved. I know that's been a lot of people's like.
I hope not.
Whole deal with that situation. If Vince Williams, because we can't even talk about GG right now, he out for the next 3 months. But if Vince Williams come out in training camp and he looks like he's playing better than Marcus Smart, I think he should get the nod. And it's again, we talked about Smart last week. We want him on this team. Him being the 6th man is not a issue. I think it's a plus. We talked about that. But I just hope it's not Vince is doing great, but because of the pecking order, we're gonna start. I don't know, bro. We'll see. Like you said, I don't think it's a negative at all. I just want to kind of get your take on it.
No, I feel that, and I think it's a plus. At the end of the day, like if Smart is our Andre Iguodala, I don't think that's a bad thing. If Vince Williams is our Tony Allen in 2024 version, that's not a bad thing either. It's just all about winning a championship and bringing a parade on Beale Street. So whatever it takes to do that, I don't care. If that means Zach Edey got to drop 50, I don't care what it happens to. As long as a parade on Beale Street. And I feel like people really overcomplicate this whole thing because within the fan base, we think with our emotions and who we like the most compared to what's practically going to work on the team. And that's not just victim to the Grizzlies. That's just every fan base ever. But people need to start thinking
people,
about
period.
Yeah, it's just people, period. Like if we're all so-called wanting for this team and this team to win a championship, why are you really tripping about who plays, who gets called in starting lineup or not?
Right.
Does it really matter in the grand scheme of things? It doesn't.
When it's that close.
Yeah, when it's that close, it doesn't. It'd be different. I'm saying, John Morant should come off the bench for Scottie Pippen Jr. Then that's crazy.
You throwing out Jake LaRavia, John Concussion should be starting over Marcus Smart. All right, bro. Like, you smoking good crack.
Like I feel you, but with these 3 guys,
I don't. I don't feel you, no.
He said I don't feel you, but like with these 3 guys, then we're getting into tribalism type conversations. Like I get we're bored because we're 5 weeks away from the season. We're getting bored.
Right.
But hey, man, they're all gonna play. They're all gonna play around 20 to 30 minutes a game. It really doesn't matter who gets their name called in FedEx form. Because after 5 minutes, the next guy gonna come in the next 5 minutes. You're gonna hear his name too. So it ain't that serious, man. Y'all take it easy. Grizz gonna be straight regardless, and get with GG because you should be starting as an all said and done. But it's how it is.
I'm gonna tell you what made me sad just real quick as you were talking. I said Cam Spencer throwing him in that I'm gonna call it the ridiculous lineup.
I feel like I know what he's gonna say. I feel like I know he's gonna ring up.
I'm super duper sad, bro, that Lamar Stevens.
But Stevens, yeah. No, we was thinking the same thing because I was looking at Grease's PR, like, why did we sign Armando Bacot and all these weirdo dudes, but we didn't Yuka Kamarawi? Like
those that's the usual thing they do before the training camp.
Like,
yeah, they giving them training camp deals.
So why not try Lamar Stevens? Try to have him make the team.
Well, the thing is, they're gonna automatically be cut. Neither one of them are making the team. Like, they have no chance. They're gonna get cut and they'll be on the hustle. Lamar different. He's not. If you bring him back, you're not bringing him back to cut him. Like, you bringing him back because
for a roster spot.
Yeah, and that's the part that sucked, bro. Because it's like we got that 15th open. Do I think that he deserves a roster spot on this team? Yes, even over Scottie Pippen. Hell yes, I do. I don't care what nobody say. But when you got Jake LaRavia, you got John Conchard, you already got stuff at the end of your bench that you got to get rid of. It don't make sense to. I can't even say it don't make sense. I don't know, bro. I just hate he ain't on this team, bro. And he been around the city the whole offseason. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was talks. It could still be talks. I mean, we could pop up. Training camp is 3 weeks away. He could be out there practicing some kind of way. I don't know, bro, but.
Man, outside fitness for him, he can be outside fitness or getting shots. So, hey, if y'all need me, take a shot.
Marcus Smart, Vince Williams, Lamar Stevens, Jaren Jackson, Zach Edey. Go to hell. Go to hell, ball.
Yep.
Go to hell, ball. Shoot, God, man, I want that dude on the team, bro. I hate he ain't on the team.
For real, bro. I feel you. Same. We in the same boat.
All right, well, that's all we got for y'all, man. Y'all, let us know below just what your expectations of Vince Williams going into next season is. How do you feel about him in the rotation, him starting, all of that stuff? We definitely want to hear from you. We may even start, if y'all got questions, man, drop them in the comment section. We may even start doing some live answering on the show. Obviously, we don't always go live, but, we check all the comments. So if you drop a question in or something that you want us to kind of touch on the next show, drop that in the comments and we'll definitely bring it up, shout you out, all of that stuff there, man. We appreciate y'all always supporting, engaging, liking, all that, bro. Y'all definitely show us love on our show. We see it, and like I said, we always try to respond, like, love, everything we can to let y'all know that we do see it. So that's all we got. I said I wanted to be out here an hour. You said an hour 10.
It was your fault.
We hit an hour 20.
I told you.
That's on me.
It was your fault. I was like, hey, forget it now. We wasted 10 minutes talking about top 10 WNBA players. And, the conversation goes where it goes. That's why y'all tune in to the No Bluffin podcast. Because the conversation, we're gonna talk about Grizzlies, but hey, we are two guys of many interests and intellectual type conversations in our head. We really get there. So, that's why y'all tune in. So appreciate y'all as always.
Yes, sir. Well, look, man, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff on all platforms. Y'all can catch us. Like I said, we have transitioned from our normal podcast page, but we'll drop that link in the comments so y'all will have that for the people that enjoy the audio. It's 2024, bro. I use YouTube as my audio, honestly. If you got a newer iPhone, you can literally swipe up and usually your video still play even without YouTube TV. But if you just got to have it on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, it's there for you. So definitely make sure you check it out there. We still are in conversation about sponsorship. So make sure that if that's something that y'all want to talk about, we got a couple different segments for you. We got the whole show for you. And if it ain't, if this show ain't for you as well, and you got something that you want to sponsor on another show on Bluff City Media, hit us up. We'll be glad to put you in the point you in the right direction, man. So before we get out of here, you got anything, bro, you want to touch on? Let the people know anything coming up?
Nah, man, I'm good. I still got a few more weeks till I start back on my writing stuff for the season. So now I'm good right now. I'm just with you every Monday, man. That's all.
Every Monday, 12 p.m. Make sure y'all tap in with us, man. I'm finna get out of here. Time to get me a little snacky snack and go on about my day, night, whatever time y'all are catching this show. But we will catch y'all next week, like we always say, man. Make sure y'all do something that makes you feel good this week. Something that puts a smile on your face, makes you happy, because that's what it's about at the end of the day. And hopefully next week you'll be back here with us at 12 to chop it up about some Grizzlies. Who you want to talk about next week, bro?
Can we talk? Oh, Gigi gonna be here, so we can't even talk about Gigi for real.
Oh yeah. Gigi might be last at this point.
Yeah,
my little balloon just got popped, bro.
Man, we can really do some stupid stuff like talk about like D Rose or something. It's like if D Rose actually gonna be on the roster, like I'm not saying we're gonna cut him, but like, is he actually gonna be like?
Now you making me mad.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. You're not listening. Not say we're gonna. Like, he's gonna be a rotational player. See, you act like people on Twitter now. I ain't saying that.
D Rose, let's do it. You know what? Hold on. So we got T minus.
We got 22 days. We got 22 days.
That's the camp,
basketball.
Right?
Yeah, 22 days. Preseason. October 7th is the first game, so that's 22 days away.
Oh shit! So
yeah, we don't have that many episodes to like get everybody in there.
Double up, bro.
That would be you talk about 1 hour, 2 hour long episode. That's gonna be a 2 hour long freaking episode.
Yeah, we'll see.
No, what we could go live, and that we could go live and go through some of the people on live, like go through some of the players on live. So we have a live episode while getting through some of the people.
We'll see.
That could be an option.
We're gonna chop it up and figure it out, put our minds together. But yeah, D Rose gonna be on conversation. Just cause it don't matter. We gotta get through everybody anyway. So let's talk about D Rose next week, because I know we may both have some interesting just perspectives on what that's looking like. So yeah, let's do that. D
Rose next week. Tap in if y'all want to hear us talk about Chicago's own D Rose. Tap in next week. We got another 5 episode coming y'all way.
Folks trying to give Scottie Pippen Jr. a playing time over D-Rose. Y'all crazy. Anyway, we out of here, man. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate the love. Y'all be good. Be safe out there. Till next time, No Bluffin Podcast is out. Go Grizz.
Go Grizz.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the No Bluffing Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. For comprehensive coverage of all things Memphis sports, head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co and find out how you can become an insider. We will see you back here next week.